Hello, my friends, and welcome to Chew on Robert Wallace. This is a place where we ask, am I choosing the way of Jesus or am I choosing my own way? Reminders. Yes, my friends, they serve us with many benefits when we stop and consider their value. In closing yesterday, I said reminders create space, especially space where the Holy Spirit can grace us with the opportunity to grow. This is the opportunity to learn, and the learning that we want to do is from the teachings of Jesus. As someone who has spent his career training technicians, there are two approaches to teaching. First is to give information in a few different ways, especially when it's new material. The second happens after someone has experienced firsthand what you've been teaching. And this is the case we find with Jesus in Luke 24. This is his post-resurrection conversation with the two brothers on the road to Emmaus and then the apostles and the disciples in that upper room. He had been teaching them all these things, and now he's reteaching the information. The only thing that has changed is the experience of the apostles and the disciples who witnessed everything Jesus had been teaching them come to pass concerning his journey to the cross and his resurrection. So everything that Jesus had taught them during his ministry was a little foreign to these guys in so many ways. But now, having witnessed everything that Jesus went through, hearing the post-resurrected Messiah sharing the same information again, their entire experience was different. And the Holy Spirit was taking advantage of this opportunity to help them learn something new about what they had been taught before. It's the experience of life that changes things. In the post-resurrection, having experienced all these things gave new weight to everything that Jesus had taught them. Yet we know for a fact that when we read Acts chapter 1 that they didn't still fully understand the process and what was going on here. But Jesus had opened their hearts and minds to hear the truth of God new based on their experiences. I want to encourage you to reread Luke chapter 24 and Acts chapter 1. Right now, I want you to pay specific attention to verse 2. Giving instructions through the Holy Spirit to the apostles whom he had chosen. The work of the Holy Spirit was already in their lives, and it would become more important after Jesus ascended and after and on the day of Pentecost. But we need to remember that the Holy Spirit's been at work with and in Jesus since his baptism. Go back and reread Matthew chapter 3, verses 13 through chapter 4, verse 1. The Holy Spirit's work in us as Christ followers cannot, I repeat, cannot be underestimated. Read John chapter 14, verses 14 through 27, what Jesus says about the Holy Spirit as our advocate who will teach us all things and remind us of everything that Jesus had said. I remember this acrostic from my pastor from years ago. He said, Jesus and the Holy Spirit are looking for fat people. And everyone went, what? Faithful, available, and teachable. Jesus is looking for us to be fat followers. This type of disciple is the type of disciple where the Holy Spirit can find space to grace us and work in and through us. Here are my questions. Do I realize the teachings of Jesus are for me today? Do I embrace the teachings of the Holy Spirit? Do I seek to be taught by the Holy Spirit? Am I listening to what the Holy Spirit is telling me right now that I need to take action on today? Am I going to choose the way of Jesus that leads to a full life, or am I going to choose my own way? Now, I'm praying for us. Let's go back and let's read Luke chapter 24, Acts chapter 1, and these passages that I've shared anew here today. And when we do this, let's invite the Holy Spirit to give us eyes to see and ears to hear God's truth from His Word. Let's have receptive hearts and minds to receive the truths, and then let's take a step of faith today in action with the same boldness, commitment, and courage of Jesus to do what the Holy Spirit is leading us to do. I pray you'll have a wonderful day, my friends. Go in the peace of God. Blessings to you. Bye for now.